Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope you enjoy the video and learn a lot from it. If you are not new to this channel, thank you so much for tuning into this series. Today we will be discussing Proverbs 31 episode 2. We will be discussing chapters 13 through 15. But before we do that, let's go ahead and recap what we discussed in the last episode. We discussed 3 attributes that the virtuous woman has. This woman is described by King Lemuel's mother. She is the one who is telling him that these are the qualities that he needs to seek when looking for a wife. So character number 1 is she is as rare as rubies. Number 2 is she is a trustworthy woman. And number 3 is she is willing to serve her husband. Alright, so that is verse 10 through 12, and now we are going to be jumping into verse 13. So verse 13 reads, she selects wool and flax and works with willing hands. Now what is that verse telling us? That verse is telling us that a virtuous woman is not above working hard or above doing manual labor. She knows that productivity and wealth begins with the work of her hands. A virtuous woman hunts for raw material to make useful and valuable things for her family. A virtuous woman is a willing worker. She does it with a cheerful and content heart. She has the initiative to work hard on her own. She does not need anybody to push her to complete the work or to motivate her. She does that on her own. A virtuous woman sees a need and she rolls up her sleeves and gets it done. She's not at home waiting for her husband to come home from a long day of work to tell him to do that task. She herself will do it on her own. She will have it done by the time her husband is home. That way she can spend the evening with her husband and not have him come home and do more work at home. A virtuous woman works hard, or if not, harder than her husband. And she does so willingly and cheerfully. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 24, verse 15 through 16. You see, Rebecca was not at home just waiting on a husband. She was out there filling jugs of water. Although she was beautiful, the Bible describes her as gorgeous. She was out there filling water jugs, working hard to provide for her family. A virtuous woman works. She does not just stay home watching TV, waiting on her husband to come home, provide for the family, and bring home supper. She is out there working just as hard, or if not harder, than her husband. And she does that willingly and lovingly. It is not a burden for her to work hard for her family. She takes pride in what she does. She takes pride in providing for her family. Verse 14 reads, she is like the merchant ships bringing food from far away. So why does the Bible compare her to a merchant ship? Well, you see, merchant ships, they don't just travel long distance for on sale items. They go out, they travel long distance for unique products that will provide them great profit. You see, the ship that comes back with the most unusual or intriguing products receives the most attention and builds a reputation for that merchant. Now you see, a virtuous woman, she does not go out looking for a shortcut, but she goes out looking for the best. You see, excellence is what makes her such a virtuous woman. A virtuous woman does not conform with providing pizza for her family. She goes the extra mile to provide a home-cooked meal for her family. The virtuous woman is not lazy. She is willing to go that extra mile for her family. She knows the impact it creates to have a home-cooked and nutritious meal on the table for her family. She knows it costs less to cook at home than going out to eat. And she knows the importance of the atmosphere of being at home united as a family at the dinner table. The reverence of her family outweighs her lazy desires to skip meal preparation and cleanup. She also knows her meals are more nutritious than going out and eating fast food. The virtuous woman chooses excellence over convenience. Alright, guys, and for verse 15, it reads, She rises while it's still night and provides food for her household and portions for her female servants. The virtuous woman is an early riser. She's a go-getter, an ambitious and diligent woman. She rises while it's still dark. Rising while it's still night means she gets up before the sun is even out. You see, the virtuous woman is extremely disciplined. She knows the importance of time management and is not willing to waste her time hitting the snooze button or sleeping in. She knows a good day starts well when it starts on time. Her family depends on her for a timely start to their day. So that their day can be successful, it needs to start on time. She sacrifices staying in bed for feeding her family and setting them up for success. She is willing and able to wake up early to serve not herself, but to serve others. And that's what makes her a virtuous woman. If you feel that the bar has been set too high for a virtuous woman, just remember that it was a woman herself who described the characteristics of a virtuous woman. Remember that it is King Lemuel's mom who is describing this woman to him. King Lemuel's mother is describing this woman to him. It's because she is this woman herself. So if another woman is the one who is describing this virtuous woman, then that means that it is achievable. God's standard for a virtuous woman is high, but it is not impossible. This is the kind of woman that a wise man should seek in marriage. This woman receives honor from her husband and her children. Okay, so now let's just do a quick recap of what we learned today in verses 13 through 15 of the characteristics of a virtuous woman. So number 1, the virtuous woman is hardworking. She is not scared to get her hands dirty or do manual labor. She does so willingly and eagerly. Number 2, she is not lazy. She does not look for shortcuts. She provides the best for her family. And number 3, the virtuous woman is a go-getter. She rises early before the sun is even out. She knows her time is important and she manages her time wisely. Alright guys, and with that we conclude episode 2 of the Proverbs 31 Woman. I hope you learned a lot from this episode. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. May God's peace be with you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.